Well, there was a point before the season, Chris, where Aaron Rodgers characterized the Steelers as being within that window of 10 to 12 teams that could win the Super Bowl. And I disagreed at the time. But that was before the war of attrition began. Then, bye-bye Bengals.
Right.
Bye-bye Ravens. You take them out of the mix, okay. There's a seat at the table now. And the Steelers are clearly there.
Yep.
At 4-1. They find ways to win games. They had one game that was heavy offense, poor defense against the Jets. They pull it off. They had a game against the Patriots where the offense wasn't good enough. The defense stepped up, created a bunch of turnovers.
Right.
They put both halves together against Minnesota, and they put both halves together against the Browns. And if they can keep doing that, and you just put all the ingredients together, and if you keep your key guys healthy, and you know the other thing? We're 2 weeks and 6 days away from the trade deadline.
Yeah.
And the Steelers aren't the type of team that's going to go make a move at the trade deadline, right? But they're also not the type of team that's going to trade for and pay DK Metcalf.
Right.
They're not the type of team that's going to assume the position with the little box opened up with the ring and wait for 2 months for Aaron Rodgers. But they did that. They're not the team that's going to make some late offseason trade for Jalen Ramsey and take on his contract. But they did that. So,
yeah.
No, what would be your wish list if you were a Steelers fan and you're thinking they need something, they need one thing? What would you hope for them to maybe trade for? Because they're stretched that rubber band this year and they're doing stuff that they never used to do.
Definitely.
What would you look at?
Definitely. I feel like they need one more offensive weapon, right? I think that's what it is. Now, what that is, I'm not sure. I certainly think receiver could be the one I look at, right? That to me can put them over the top. Running back's another one, right? Like Breece Hall, as he become available, he's a hot name out there that people think the Jets might let go. Could he change them too? Yeah, certainly, because he's a guy that you can be backed up on your own 15-yard line, and he can go 85 yards to the house, and he can throw. And then all right, we throw a few deep balls to DK Metcalf. Now the defense is backed up. Oh, now we throw a screen to Breece Hall. Boom. So yeah, but I think at the end of the day, it is an offensive playmaker that's still needed there. We know the defense has got some players, and as it continues to get healthy here, and they were banged up a little bit, I just feel like it'll continue to go this way. Also, I believe in the defensive coaches there and Tomlin and some of those new parts, and they always seem to tinker and figure it out as the year goes along. We've seen that in the past. So I'm with you, Mike, that they're a different team. And, to your point, right? I had this conversation a little on my pod yesterday. The AFC is so wide open, it's incredible, right? Everybody's messed around and let the Chiefs now find their footing, and it's like, watch out, because here comes Rashee Rice, and they're just getting better and better, and they've gained a little confidence now, and they figured out how they want to play. But, compared to the NFC, I see a lot of teams where I go in the NFC, I go, man, there's some good football teams in the NFC. Like, Washington's the 12th seed in the NFC right now, and I go, they're a playoff team. I got less questions about the NFC. The AFC, almost every team you got a question about. You go, the Chargers are third in the AFC. Well, the offensive line, they don't have a very good pass rush, right? Pittsburgh's number 2. Hey, the Colts, the offense is working good, but man, that defense, is it really any good? New England's new. We see issues with Buffalo, right, Mike? Jacksonville, we don't know what Trevor Lawrence you're going to get. Denver's hot and cold. So to that point, and to what you're saying, yeah, I think Pittsburgh's got to think about making a big move like you're talking about, man.
They've gotten this far.
Right.
They're this close. Things are working better than expected because they're better than we thought they would be. And there's this vacuum. There's this power vacuum at the top. And yeah, the Chiefs are going to be there. And maybe at the end of the day, it's going to be the Patrick Mahomes, Aaron Rodgers game. We've still never got it.
You're right. Imagine if we got it this year. That would be incredible, right?
In the postseason.
Yeah.
Would that be something? Steelers, Chiefs, divisional round, AFC championship. Hell, I'd take it in the wild card round. So I just think that there's going to be an impetus from the guy who's looking around. Maybe he's looking around for who they're going to trade for. Maybe that's why he's shifty-eyed. He's checking all the rosters all the time.
Well, I
looking
think
for the guy that he's going to go to Mike Tomlin and say, come on, we've come this far. We've come this far together. Let's push this thing over the top.
I think Mike Tomlin's probably in that mindset. I don't think they make these type of moves that you just rattled off a few minutes ago unless Tomlin was kind of saying, hey, yeah, let's do it. We got to make some moves. Obviously something in Pittsburgh has changed a little bit to where they realize we got to change the way we operate on the current NFL landscape. And good for them, because the results and the way they were operating, you're staying, in the conversation, but never in the elite conversation, never in the upper echelons. None of that. And that's a big spot to be in, the upper echelons, right? I kind of expect them at this point to make this move and be interested to see what it is, if it's that running back or another receiver. But either way, I do think it's the offensive side of the ball that could use it.
Breece Hall, Alvin Kamara.
Right.
Look around the rosters.
Yeah. Is A.J. Brown going to be available in a few weeks? I don't know, right? I mean, there's
a good segue.
Right. Yeah, you want to go there?
We have no intention to trade A.J. Brown. We know how that goes.
Right.
Hi, it's Mike Florio. Thanks for watching PFT on YouTube. Hit subscribe for the latest news and analysis from Pro Football Talk.